Real quick, I just want to share a quick thought with Jesse Lee Peterson, who's keep repeating a lot of the white supremacist talking points. A lot of it's everything you repeat is the narrative that they would use. Like they say, black people commit 60% of the violent crimes in America. And that's not true. What they leave out all the time is that black people, we are most likely to be convicted more while white commit the same crimes. But at the same time, each year over 56% of African Americans are found falsely convicted. So the FBI can't even give an accurate statistic for black people that's committing crime because 56% are found falsely convicted. That means 56% of black people that's in jail are eventually found not guilty. And in the last 5 years, over 500 cases, and this is the facts. You can look it up for yourself. More than 500 cases of African Americans have been found falsely convicted. Black and white people commit the same amount of crimes. It's just that white people get off more. A white person could get probation for murder. We have seen that. We have seen white people commit the same crime as black people, but they get lesser. The punishment is lesser for even though we're committing the same crimes. White people are most likely to use drugs much as black people. We're not the. It's just we law enforcement targets us more. You see what I'm saying? We can catch the back into it more, and that's the problem with sick-minded black people who are damaged by systematic racism. They will believe stuff like that about their own people. White people top the numbers for sex crimes. Oh yeah, the white look it up. White people, even in New York alone, I was reading an article before alone. Um, I think um, somewhere in New York, I can't remember where it was, but somewhere in New York, most serial rapists are white males. And I'm not saying there is no black rapists, but white people top the numbers for sex crimes. White people top the numbers for white collar crimes and cyber crimes. The point I'm trying to make is that all people commit crimes. People focus on African Americans doing it more because it's a propaganda to display African Americans in the most negative alignment as possible. While more white people are in jail right now, and you can look it up, the data, are in jail for violent crimes. Most black people are in jail for non-violent crimes. White people make up the statistics for the violent crimes that's in jail. We are not committing most of the crime in America. It's just that we go to jail more. See what I'm saying? 90% of cases are plea bargain because most of us cannot afford um, those pricey lawyers. So a lot of black people, out of fear of going to jail longer, a lot of black people just plead guilty and be innocent. I have seen it before. I have seen how many cousins and shit like that's in jail for crimes they didn't commit. But it's not fair to say that black people committing most of the crimes. The thing is, among black society, there's always going to be crime, especially in the crime we see is mostly in the impoverished areas. But if you live in an area that's populated by people of the same race, then the people you are more than most likely to be a victim by somebody that looks like you. And a white person it's the same dynamic goes for a white person. A white person has a better chance of being a victim by another white person because it's all about where they live. All people of the same race commit crimes. People are just focused on African Americans committing crimes because this country is racist. And systematic racism has damaged some black people so bad that you would just be complicit with it. You would just go along with it and pretend that it doesn't exist. Racism is like a disease, and especially to a lot of older black people, you have suffered from so much. You have been through so much. Now you just try to pretend that racism isn't an issue anymore to make yourself feel good because all the racism that you endured in this country, you're fed up with it. Not understand Jesse Lee Peterson why he's fed up with systematic racism. He's the victim of systematic racism, and because he's the victim, his mind has been psychologically damaged. So you have grew hatred for your own. You have hatred for your own, and you throw black society under the bus. But that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is that when it comes to crime and statistics, they can't really give an accurate one for African Americans because if fucking 56% of African Americans are found not guilty of crimes they didn't commit, then we can't just say, well, black people are committing most of the crimes, 60% of the crimes. when we're found not guilty each year. See what I'm saying? And white people commit just as crime much as African Americans. Like I said, they just get away with it more. They get probation, they get fucking house arrest. Hell, we even seen a white boy go get motherfucking 3 months for rape. And black people, we get the um, full punishment. We are prosecuted to the full extent of the law, while whites commit the same crimes. White people sell drugs. White people have gangs, neo-Nazi white supremacist groups, the mafia, you name it. This is just the same thing. It's just this country is racist. And because this country is racist, the whole thing is to display a negative image about black people as much as possible. And Jesse Lee Peterson keep arguing with your opinion. Your self-hating opinion when it comes to statistics. You're arguing with your opinion. Your self-hatred is making you think that black people commit more than like, what did he say? Black people commit rape 100 times more than white people. No, according to New York, most of the white serial rapists were white males. White males. But the systematic racism is so bad that most people will not, most black people who have endured systematic racism have been programmed to hate their own and believe in these negative things about their own. And just really pretty, and hope you see my video. And the self-hatred among yourself is bad. And I feel bad for you. I think you need to see a psychiatrist. I hope you don't have any children. Your mind is damaged. And I think you need to, sit down with some black people and talk to them, because not all black people are violent. Black people are succeeding and successful in so many different ways. Black women right now are in the top leading numbers in graduating college and stuff like that. And even when it comes to abortion and shit like that, all that stuff was systematically programmed anyway. Because Margaret Sanger, who was a major white supremacist, she put parenthood and abortion clinics in inner cities too, and according to her words. But that's a whole different discussion. The purpose of my video was just explain that black people don't commit most of the crime in America. We just go to jail for most of it, while white people commit the same amount of crime and white people get off.